Q&A session, and as an example, and just do vegan recipes, and this is the best way of doing activism. That is because it's going to inspire people to go vegan. I was listening to this guy, Coach Scott, Coach Scott, and he tells his story about him going vegan, wanting to help other people to go vegan, and he tries and go to an activist event, and he noticed that he didn't like to impose his opinion on people, and there were not many people that stopped. And therefore, he thinks the best way to be an activist for veganism is actually just being the best version of himself. And I don't wanna be negative and try to bring these people down as if it doesn't matter to be a good example or do recipes and help people move through veganism this way. I'm not sure. The problem is that often these people, and he's actually doing it, is like saying that the best way to do activism is being an example, and it's not, because if people don't have any reason to go vegan, why would they look at someone that is fit and is vegan and go vegan? I mean, it would be a very few amount of people, because they would be just randomly interested by the fact that he's vegan, and so they may want to try being vegan just because they're unfit. But that's not activism. People do need some reasoning around veganism in order to be motivated to be vegan. So, and the reason why it's difficult to do activism in the street is because it is uncomfortable, but it's among the most important jobs to raise awareness and make people actually get the reason why they should be vegan. So I don't know, again, I don't want to bring people down with this, but being a fitness example of a vegan and doing recipes, that's not activism, unless you pair it with the reasoning and the reasons why, and the reason why these people should go vegan. Okay, because otherwise you're just kind of part of the change, right? You're not doing active questions. So I'm going to live my life about this thought, and I'm going to add that if you do want to be an activist, you do want to be part of the change, don't just be a recipe guy, don't just be, I'm vegan and that's why people will go vegan just by the fact that it's possible to be vegan. This is a very inactive approach to trying to make the change. And in fact, the word activism is made of the part that is active. So you actively trying to raise awareness and make people reasoning around the reason why they should be vegan. And in my opinion, the best way to do it, even though it looks uncomfortable, but it's actually pretty comfortable to have conversation with people on the streets, especially if you do it in a way similar to like Anonymous for the Voiceless, where you have slaughterhouse footage and you just wait for people to stop before talking with them. This way you actually having, most of the time, actually some positive conversation, because the people that stop are actually already somewhat sensitive to the cause, or they have empathy for animals. That's why they stop. But yeah, So for the guys that are live right now, if you have some random Q&A questions to drop them. Supposed to be a Q&A session today. Hopefully we can get this going. There is Neil Leoncio that says, there was a poll on Facebook page I follow. The question was, is being vegan enough? I was shocked to see the results were 50-50. In my opinion, being vegan is the bare minimum. I mean, being vegan is just behaving like a sane person, right? Behaving like everyone should if we are truthful when we say that we do want a world without violence, we do care about peace, right? Because it's easy to like talk about poor kids that are dying in Gaza in the war, and poor animals that are being slaughtered. It's easy to just talk about it and say it's bad, and then not do nothing about it. Because if you don't change, then your actions speak louder than words. Because you can say you're against animal cruelty, but then if in front of the truth, in front of looking at slaughterhouse footage, seeing animals suffering, understanding that it's possible to choose something different, it is possible to be vegan, you don't do nothing about it, you're obviously showing a selfish character, and you are reflecting the reason why the world is a bad place. It's just the reflection of it. You think you're not. You think you're not as bad as these people, like, I don't know, that kill people or criminals. And of course you're not as bad, but you are reflecting the character and the characteristics of these people on another topic. So yeah, I mean, being vegan is definitely the bare minimum if you want to represent a society that's actually against violence and suffering, and actually cares about it, not just talks about it. And then when it comes to activism, I don't know, I'm not sure if people should be activists. Anyway, everyone is different. Everyone is on his own journey in life. So I don't know. I definitely think that people that feel like they do want to do activism, they should do it. They should find a way. They should not excuse themselves for not doing activism by saying, the best way of being vegan is just by being an example, or thinking, just other excuses could be, it's too difficult for me to get on the street in a conversation for people, it's all about taking the first step. It's all about taking the first step, and you learn, you get better. Anonymous for the Voiceless, if you join their organization, they give you all the tools you need in order to develop an effective way to talk to people about veganism and holding them accountable. And then is one step at a time, and you get comfortable. You get comfortable with doing activism. I wanted to say one more thing. I forgot. So, what was it? I think I forgot. So yeah. Oh, the other thing, yeah, this is the other thing. Some people use it as an excuse about not doing activism, like this kind of activism where you talk with people in the street, especially like with Anonymous for the Voiceless or or any other setup. Like people, it's not like you always have so many people stopping. Sometimes you don't have many. There's been events in which I was, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours, and I only talked with 2 people. No one stopped. There was not enough people, but yeah, it's actually still very effective. If you talk with 1 people, you don't know how powerful this person could be as a vegan. So you're still being very effective, but also it will make you feel good, right? So every time before I do activism, I do get some kind of anxiety or feeling of, I don't want to do this, I would rather do something else. But it's like, when then you do it and it finishes, it's kind of a healing medicine for vegans. It helps you heal this trauma that you have, that animals are suffering, that you cannot do nothing about it, people don't want to change around you, you just get so much hate. But then when you do actually activism, you see that the message goes through people. You also have, of course, so many people trying to justify it, but even when they justify it, the message is still going through, and they most people would make sense about it, would make sense about the fact that it's wrong to be cruel to animals. And I guess that's it for today. You guys didn't drop any questions. If you have any in the next seconds, that would be cool. Otherwise, I'll be leaving. So, Kalpesh, Neil, Blind, Jada, and Gerardo, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.